Hello guys, I'm Tom, and today we're diving into High Potential, Season 1, Episode 1. Morgane, a night cleaner, arrives at the police station like she does every night, wearing her simple uniform, pushing her cleaning cart, and following a mechanical routine, disinfecting desks, emptying bins, and bringing order to the chaos left behind by the day. But tonight, something is different. As she cleans in silence, her sharp eyes, those of someone who sees far more than she lets on, pause on a detail that changes everything. In one of the main rooms, the evidence board for a recent case, a brutal unsolved murder, is still visible. Photographs, names, connection lines, handwritten notes. Everything seems in order. Everything except one thing. A label, a name marked in red under the word suspect. Lynette Acosta, the missing wife of the victim. Morgane freezes. She analyzes, processes, and in a move that might seem impulsive to anyone else, but to her is pure calculation, she slowly approaches, picks up a black marker from the desk, and without hesitation, changes a single word. One word that dismantles the entire narrative of the case. She erases suspect and writes, victim. The next morning, chaos erupts. Detective Karadek, a seasoned investigator hardened by years on the job, is furious when he discovers someone dared to tamper with an official investigation. He immediately orders the security footage reviewed. It doesn't take long to identify the culprit, Morgane. She doesn't run. She doesn't deny anything. They interrogate her, and it's there that the veil of apparent madness begins to fall away. With unsettling calm, Morgane explains her reasoning. She had carefully studied the crime scene photos. In one of them, she noticed something everyone else had missed. Strands of Lynetta's hair stuck to the furniture using a specific type of adhesive, a technique used to immobilize her. This wasn't impulsive. It was premeditated, calculated. Someone else had been in that house. The police, skeptical, decide to detain her for a few days while they re-examine the scene. And to their surprise, she's right. The evidence supports her claim. Morgane is released. But for her, this isn't a victory. It's just the beginning. A new figure appears in the surveillance footage. A woman walking near the crime scene. She's summoned, interrogated. She denies everything. Claims she was never there that day. She says she was assaulted by one of Lynetta's clients, but insists she had no part in the crime. Morgane doesn't believe her. There's something subtle, something out of place. She reviews the footage, minute by minute, frame by frame, until she finds it. That video, supposedly recent, isn't from yesterday, not even last week. It's months old, 7 months, to be exact. She proves it using details no one else would notice. The direction of the wind, the position of the sun, and a church in the background, which allows her to calculate the time of recording with astronomical precision. The tape had been tampered with. Meanwhile, Karadek follows another lead. Lynetta's daughter reveals that her mother had received a letter signed by someone named Sarah. A letter that sparked arguments, distance, and tension in the family. The name opens a new line of investigation. The police visit Selena, Lynetta's sister, but instead of cooperating, she points directly at Morgane. Despite the accusations, Lynetta's daughter has already developed a bond with Morgane. She gives her the last photos her mother sent before disappearing. Subtle details, loaded with emotional truth. Small clues only someone truly committed to the truth would know how to interpret. Morgane, relentless, confronts Selena with questions. But Karadek, frustrated by what he sees as a lack of sensitivity, decides to remove her from the case. Morgane walks away, or so it seems. Karadek continues investigating. He visits the law firm where Lynetta worked as an attorney. He looks for Sarah's letter. They deny access without a warrant. But in a surprising turn, Morgane appears in the building's bathroom, once again dressed as a janitor. In her hands, The original letter. She had recovered it on her own. She had read it. Sarah wasn't just a casual acquaintance. She was a paralegal at the firm, assaulted by a powerful client, Diamond. Lynetta, who had initially defended Diamond, had begun to rethink her role in the case. The letter confirms it. Sarah was desperate. And Morgane presents a chilling hypothesis. If Lynetta had decided to abandon the case, Diamond had plenty of reasons to silence her. Karadec isn't convinced. He reminds Morgane that the letter, obtained illegally, isn't admissible as evidence. Still, they interrogate Diamond. He offers a solid alibi, but he drops a name that changes everything. Fontana. Morgane reacts instantly. She recognizes that name. Selena had also been there, despite having an alibi. Then, botany comes into play. Morgane consults a neighbor, an expert in flowers. She asks how long it takes for a ranunculus to wilt. The answer, 4 days. During a school trip with her daughter, everything clicks into place. Morgane realizes that the alibis hold, only if the crime occurred on the day the police believe. But what if it happened earlier? What if the entire scene was staged? They visit the Acosta home. Morgane examines the flowers. 3 days ago, they were fresh. Today, they're wilted. This means the crime took place earlier. The scene had been altered. And then she sees it. She understands everything. The crime scene wasn't just a room. It was a greenhouse. Diamond had used cooling systems, manipulated the temperature, and altered the environment to throw off the forensic team and falsify the time of death. Lynetta isn't dead. She was kidnapped, taken to Fontana. The police act. They trace Diamond's childhood home, a forgotten cabin on the outskirts. And there, among damp walls and twisted memories, they find Lynetta, alive, abused, tied up, but alive. The case is finally solved. In the following days, things begin to settle. The police team starts seeing Morgane in a new light. Then comes the offer, an official position as a consultant. Her mind, her skills, her meticulous approach could be invaluable. But Morgane, as always, doesn't answer immediately. She looks at the police captain, sighs, and says, "I'll help you, but on one condition." "What condition?" she asks. "Find my husband, the father of my first daughter. He disappeared 15 years ago. We never stopped looking. Find him, and I'll take the job." And so this story ends, not with a period, but with a new door opening. Because for Morgane, the search for truth never ends. It only changes its face.